Good morning, students. I hope you understood the previous lesson and enjoyed the stories. Now we'll move into lesson 6, Early Revolts Against British Rule in Tamil Nadu. When Europeans invaded India, among them the British defeated one by one and they became monopoly traders of India. The North Indian rulers made friendly relations with the British in early days. But South Indians, especially the Tamil Nadu rulers, shown their stiff resistance against the British. That is, the Dravidians were the first to fight against the British in India. The East India Company began to consolidate and extend its power and influence. However, local kings and feudal chieftains resisted this. When British East India Company, they consolidate their areas and extend their power and influence over the South Indian rulers. Here, the feudal chieftains, that is the small rulers, they resisted this. The first resistance to East India Company's territorial aggrandizement was from Pulitevar of Nerkattum Seval in the Tirunelveli region. That is, Pulitevar, he belonged to Nerkattum Seval, a place near Sangarangovil in Tirunelveli in early days. At present, Nerkattum Seval, that Sangarangovil belongs to Tenkasi district. Pulitevar as a ruler for Nerkattum Seval, he actually is a feudal ruler. He started defeating the British. That's the meaning of aggrandizement. This was followed by other chieftains in Tamil country, that is Velunachiyar, Veerapandiya Kattabomman and Marudu brothers and Dhiran Chinnamallai. So they also shown their stiff resistance against the British. So in this lesson we'll see one by one. First one, Palayams and Palayakaras. The word Palayam means a domain, a military camp or a little kingdom. Palayakaras in Tamil refers to the holder of a little kingdom as a feudatory to a greater sovereign. That is, the Palayakaras, the leaders of a Palayam region. Palayam means a small military camp or a small area. They are under the control of Palayakaras. The British, they call them as Puligar. The Palayakaras, they have the full authorities. That's the meaning of greater sovereign. Under the system, Palayam was given for valuable military services rendered by any individual. That is, all Palayakaras, they can render their military services to the British. The system was put in place in Tamil Nadu by Vishwanatha Nayaka when he became the Nayaka ruler of Madurai in 1529. Whether you remember Nayak rulers of Madurai, and they made this Palayakara system in Tamil Nadu by 1529 with the support of his minister Ariyanadar. Traditionally, there were supposed to be 72 Palayakaras in Tamil Nadu. The Palayakaras were free to collect revenue, administer the territory, settle disputes, and maintain law and order. Their police duties were known as Padikaval or Arasu Kaval. That is, the Palayakaras were free to collect taxes, administer their territory, and settle dispute. When problem occurs, they can settle the disputes and they maintain law and order in their places. So simply they render their police duties. So they were called as Padikaval or Arasu Kaval. On many occasions, the Palayakaras helped the Nayak rulers to restore the kingdom to them. That is about the Palayakaras. Among the 72 Palayakaras in Tamil Nadu, they are divided into two blocks, that is Eastern Palayam and Western Palayam. The Eastern Palayams were Satur, Nagalapuram, Ettayapuram and Panjalam Kurichi. that is called as the Eastern Palayams. These places are in Thoothukudi district. And the Western Palayams were Ootumalai, Thalaivankottai, Naduvakuruchi, Singambatti and Seidur. These are the Western Palayams. These places belong to our Tenkasi district and Tirunelveli district. So totally we have 72 Palayakaras like this. Now we'll talk about our Puliteva. In March 1755, Mahfuz Khan, brother of Nawab of Arcot, was sent with a contingent of the company army under Colonel Heron to Tirunelveli. That is, the British East India Company sent Colonel Heron to defeat the Palayakaras of our region. Madurai easily fell into their hands. Thereafter, Colonel Heron was urged to deal with Puliteva as he continued to defy the authority of the company. So, because the company insisted him to defeat Puliteva, but whereas Puliteva wielded much influence over the Western Palayakaras. The Palayakaras, majority Palayakaras, they supported Puliteva. So, they are unable to, that is, Colonel Heron was unable to defeat our Puliteva. In between that, for want of cannon and of supplies and to pay to soldiers, Colonel Heron abandoned the plan and returned to Madurai. Heron was recalled and dismissed from service. While he was dealing with our Puliteva, suddenly he left this and he went to Madurai to supply for the war weapons as well as to pay the soldiers. He went to Madurai and he left this plan. So this made angry for the British. So the British officers, they recalled him and they dismissed from service. That is the fall of Colonel Heron with our Puliteva. Now Puliteva, he made a confederacy and alliance with enemies of the British. Under that, 3 Pathan officers, Nawab Chanda Sahib's agents named Miana, Mudimia and Nabi Khan Katak. Miana, Mudimia and Nabi Khan Katak commanded the Madurai and Tirunelveli regions. They supported the Tamil Palayakaras against Arcot Nawab Muhammad Ali. Puliteva had established close relationship with them. Puliteva also formed a confederacy of the Palayakaras to fight the British. Actually, the Chanda Sahib agents, they are the enemies of the British. So they made a close relation with our Puliteva and they planned to fight against the British. The British succeeded in getting the support of the Rajas of Ramanathapuram and Pudukkottai. The Ramanathapuram, the Pudukkottai, the rulers, they supported for the British. Puliteva tried to get the support of Hyder Ali of Mysore and the French, but during that time Hyder Ali could not help Puliteva as he was already locked in a serious conflict with the Marathas. So in between that, the Hyder Ali is unable to support our Puliteva. Then third one, Kalakkadu battle. The Nawab sent an additional contingent of Chipais to Mahfuz Khan and the reinforced army proceeded to Tirunelveli. That is, again Mahfuz Khan, he gathered his army to defeat our Puliteva. Besides the 1,000 Chipais of the company, Mahfuz Khan received 600 more sent by the Nawab. So that is Arcot Nawab and British forces combined together and they made a fight against our Puliteva. He also had the support of cavalry and foot soldiers from the Carnatic region. Cavalry, that is horse forces, and foot soldiers, ordinary soldiers, they came from Carnatic region. They supported in favor of British. Before Mahfuz Khan could station his troops near Kalakkadu, 2,000 soldiers from Travancore joined the forces of Puliteva. In the Battle of Calakkad, Mahfuz Khan's troops were routed because Puliteva got support from 2,000 soldiers from Trivandrum region. So it was happened in Calakkad, and in that battle the Mahfuz Khan's troops were rooted, that is, he faced failure with our Puliteva. That incident is called as Calakkad battle. After defeating Mahfuz Khan in the Calakkad battle, Puliteva, aided by the Raja of Travancore from 1756 to 1763, for more than 10 years, the Travancore Raja supported the Puliteva. The Palayakaras of Tirunelveli, led by Puliteva, were in a constant state of rebellion against the Nawab's authority. Yusuf Khan, who had been sent by the company, was not prepared to attack Puliteva. Yusuf Khan, actually his first name is Marudanayagam, and later he converted himself into Islam and changed his name as Yusuf Khan. So Yusuf Khan, he supported the British officers. So the Britishers sent an army under the Yusuf Khan to defeat our Puliteva. The company was not prepared to attack Puliteva unless the big guns and ammunition from Tiruchirappalli arrived. The artillery arrived only in September 1760. Yusuf Khan began to batter the Nerkattum Seval fort, and this attack continued for about 2 months. When the arms and ammunition are delayed to arrive in Tirunelveli, before that Yusuf Khan started his fight against this Puliteva, and he defeated this Nerkattum Seval fort. On 16th May 1761, Pulitheva's three major forts, Nerkattum Seval, Vasudeva Nallur and Panayur, came under the control of Yusuf Khan. So in May 1761, this Yusuf Khan, he defeated Puliteva and he captured the three forts of Puliteva. In the meantime, after taking Pondicherry, the English had eliminated the French from the picture. So, in the Pondicherry region, a problem arose between the French and the English. There, they defeated the French people. As a result of this, the unity of Palayakaras began to break up as French support was not forthcoming. So here among the Palayakaras, because some Palayakaras they got support from the French people, but now the French forces were defeated by the English. So among the Palayakaras, they divided into two groups. Travancore, Seidur, Uthumalai and Surandai switched their loyalty to the opposite camps. That means they went into the side of British. Yusuf Khan, who was negotiating with the Palayakaras without informing the company administration, was charged with treachery and hanged in 1764. When the British deal with the problem of French people, Yusuf Khan, without getting any permission from the British, he made negotiation. That is, he started talking with the Palayakaras, that is for compromising the Palayakaras. Without the permission of the British, he started his work. So this made angry for the British. So for his treachery, for the disloyalty of the Yusuf Khan, he was hanged by the British in 1764. After the death of Khan Sahib, here Khan Sahib, Yusuf Khan and Marudanayagam denotes the same person. After the death of Khan Sahib, Puliteva returned from exile and recaptured Nerkattum Seval in 1764. However, he was defeated by Captain Campbell in 1767. Puliteva escaped and died in exile. So that means after the death of Khan Sahib, first Puliteva he recaptured the Nerkattum Seval in 1764. Then he ruled for only 3 years. After that, the British they sent Captain Campbell to defeat Puliteva. So in that incident, Puliteva escaped and died in exile. So exile means he left over the country and he died somewhere. That is the end of Puliteva. While Puliteva was dealing with the British, he had a good friend called Ondi Veeran. So he led the army of one of the army of the Puliteva and fighting in this by the side of Puliteva. And he also a brave man. He caused much damage to the company's army. Basically, according to oral tradition, one battle, Ondi Veeran's hand was chopped off and Puliteva was saddened. That is, in one war he lost his hand. So that made saddened for the Puliteva during his lifetime. So in this part we talk about the Puliteva. Actually, the problem starts from our Mahfuz Khan. He was sent by the Nawab of Arcot under the head of our Colonel Heron. So first he deals with Colonel Heron and then he made alliance with all of his friends and he defeated the British in the Calakkad battle. Then later the British they sent Yusuf Khan. Here Yusuf Khan Sahib, Marudanayagam denotes the same person. So here Yusuf Khan he defeated Puliteva and he captured 3 places of Puliteva, that is Nerkattum Seval, Vasudevanallur and Panayur. And he made negotiation with the Puliteva without the permission of the British. So this made angry for the British and they killed our Yusuf Khan. So after the death of Yusuf Khan, Puliteva he recaptured his Nerkattum Seval and there he ruled for 3 years. Within that, British sent Captain Campbell to defeat Puliteva. So in that, Puliteva escaped and died. That is the story of Puliteva. Now we'll move into an interesting story of Velu Nachiyar. She is a brave woman of Tamil Nadu and she is called as the first Queen of Tamil Nadu. Born in 1730 to the Raja Sellamuthu Sedupati of Ramanathapuram. Her father's name is Raja Sellamuthu Sedupati. The royal family brought up the Princess Velu Nachiyar, training her in martial arts like Valari, stick fighting and to wield weapons. She got training in all martial arts, that is all wartime arts like Valari and stick fighting. Stick fighting means Silambam and to handle all war weapons. At the age of 16, Velu Nachiyar was married to Muthu Vadugar, the Raja of Sivagangai, and they had a daughter Vellachi Nachiyar. Her husband is Muthu Vadugar and they had a daughter Vellachi Nachiyar. In 1772, the Nawab of Arcot and the company troops, that is the British, under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Bonjour, stormed the Kalayar Kovil Palace. In the ensuing battle, Muthu Vadugar was killed. So the battle arose between the British forces and the Muthu Vadugar. During that time, they killed Muthu Vadugar. Velu Nachiyar escaped with her daughter and lived under the protection of Gopala Nayak at Virupachi near Dindigul for 8 years. So she went, Velu Nachiyar escaped along with her daughter to Dindigul region under the control of Gopala Nayak. Velu Nachiyar organized an army and succeeded in securing an alliance with not only Gopala Nayak but Hyder Ali as well. So she made a friend relation with Hyder Ali also. Hyder Ali is in favor of French rulers and he is also supported, earlier he supported Puliteva, now he is supporting to our Velu Nachiyar. Dalavai Thandavarayana, that is her military chief, Dalavai Thandavarayana wrote a letter to Sultan Hyder Ali on behalf of Velu Nachiyar asking for 5,000 infantry and 5,000 cavalry to defeat the English, because she demanded some forces to defeat the British. Velu Nachiyar explained in detail in Urdu all the problems she had with East India Company, because she learned many languages like English, French and Urdu apart from our Tamil. So she wrote a letter in Urdu, because Hyder Ali as an Islamic ruler, she wrote a letter in Urdu and she conveyed strong determination to fight the English. Impressed by her courage, Hyder Ali ordered his commander Syed in Dindukkal fort to provide the required military assistance. What are the things she demanded? Hyder Ali provided everything to his command in Dindukkal region with Syed. Velu Nachiyar employed agents for gathering intelligence to find where the British had stored their ammunition. Velu Nachiyar employed agents for gathering intelligence to find where the British had stored their ammunition. Under that, we have Kuili, a faithful friend for Velu Nachiyar, and she led the unit of women soldiers named as Udayal. Women soldier group as Udayal. By this name Udayal, actually Udayal as a shepherd girl who was killed for not devolving information on Kuili, because once she was caught by the British, but she didn't inform about this Kuili as well as our Velu Nachiyar. Kuili is said to have walked into the British arsenal after setting herself on fire, thus destroying all the ammunition. That is, Kuili, she kept fire over her and she entered into the British arsenal. Arsenal, that is a place where they'll store all the weapons. So by destroying all the ammunition, in that way our Velu Nachiyar, she defeated the Britishers. Okay, Britishers were defeated by our Velu Nachiyar because they destroy all the ammunition of the British. Here we talk about Kuili. Kuili, a faithful friend. She had a woman soldiers army and named as Udayal. Udayal, once she was a shepherd girl and she was killed by the British. Later, Kuili, she set fire on herself and entered into arsenal and destroy all the ammunition. With the military assistance of Gopala Nayak and our Hyder Ali, our Velu Nachiyar recaptured Sivagangai. She was crowned as a queen with the help of Marudu brothers. So she got help from our Hyder Ali, Gopala Nayak and our Marudu Pandyas, that is Marudu brothers. She was the first female ruler or queen to resist the British colonial power in India. She is the first woman to fight against the British. That is the story of Velu Nachiyar. Whether you understand this one, Velu Nachiyar, her father's name is Raja Chellamuthu Sedupati. She married to Muthu Vadugar and they had a daughter Vellachi Nachiyar. We have Lieutenant Colonel Bonjour stormed the Kalayar Kovil palace and they killed Muthu Vadugar, her husband. So Velu Nachiyar, she escaped to Dindukkal under the control of Gopala Nayak, and there she ran an army to She organized an army to defeat the British. Under that, Dalavai Thandavarayana wrote a letter to Hyder Ali to render some support for Velu Nachiyar, and Hyder Ali also ordered the commander Syed in Dindukkal to provide all the required military supplies products to our Velu Nachiyar, and Velu Nachiyar employed agents for gathering intelligence. Under that we have Kuili, a faithful friend. She led an unit of women soldiers named as Udayal. So this Kuili set fire on herself and entered into the arsenal of the British and destroy all the ammunition. So they destroy all the military forces of the British. In that way, this Velu Nachiyar, she defeated the British. So with the help of Gopala Nayak, Hyder Ali and Marudu brothers, she crowned as a queen. Actually, she is considered as the first female ruler or first queen to resist the British colonial power in India. In this lesson, we talked about the bravery of Pulithevar and Velu Nachiyar, how they fight against the British in Tamil Nadu. I hope you understood this. Students, I am following as per the new book. I hope you are marking the answers properly. Those who didn't get the books, please try to get as quickly as possible. In the last week of this month, you want to write your quarterly exam, so start revising your portions properly. Thank you.